I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to welcome you to the 2017 graduation ceremony for Johnson High School. Thank you for being here to join us in this celebration. It is without a doubt a special day, a day worthy of dignity and respect. These graduates have worked extremely hard and have made numerous sacrifices to get to this point in their lives. Therefore, I humbly ask that we make an effort to keep this ceremony solemn, that you refrain from using air horns or other noise-making devices. If you have a small child here with you today, please know that they are welcome. They're part of our family. However, if they begin to cry during the ceremony, I ask that you take them to the lobby so that graduation can continue without disruption. An usher will be happy to assist you. I'd like to begin by recognizing all the incredible, hardworking people who made this special occasion possible. First of all, I would like to thank the staff at Free Chapel for allowing us once again to use this beautiful facility. They have been extremely hospitable and accommodating. Thank you. Let's give them a round of applause. Next, a very special group. I want to thank the faculty and staff at Johnson High School for its commitment to our graduates. Faculty and staff, you are the best group of people I have been privileged to work alongside in my 20-plus years of education. To our superintendent, Mr. Schofield, thank you for your leadership. To our school board, thank you for your support in providing the resources that allow us to give our children a world-class education. Thank you to our partners in education and our school council for helping us find ways to further support teachers and students. And finally, parents, grandparents, family members, thank you to you. Thank you for believing in the importance of education and for making it a priority in your home. We are honored that you have entrusted us with your most precious treasures, and we're thankful for the opportunity to celebrate with you today. Stakeholders, I commend you all. At this time, I'd like to recognize our special guest from the Hall County Board of Education. First off, Mr. Nate Morris, Chairman. Mr. Craig Harrington, Vice Chair. Mr. Sam Chapman. Mr. Brian Sloan. And my mentor, my friend, my second daddy, Mr. Bill Thompson. And of course, once again, our incredible superintendent, Mr. Will Schofield. Class of 2017. Like everyone else in this beautiful building today, I'm proud of what you've accomplished and for the great things that you will accomplish in the days following this graduation and in the years that lie ahead. As you move on to the next stage of your life, I have one request and a little bit of advice. I'm asking you to lead. I'm not asking you to lead because it will benefit you. I'm asking you to lead because it is what is best for us, for everybody, for our society, our country, and our world. A world that is currently chaotic and very unstable. Fear and uncertainty are rampant, and the only way we will ever achieve any kind of peace within ourselves and amongst one another is if we all make a commitment to lead. But we especially need leadership from our young people. For the future is in your hands. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Some of you are saying to yourselves, I am not a leader. I don't want to be a leader. I don't want to have the title of president, congressman, principal, superintendent, CEO. I don't even want to be a boss. I just want to live my own life and be left alone. Well, let me let you in on a little secret. Leadership has nothing to do with the title that you were assigned, and it has everything to do with your behavior and how you treat other people. If you come into contact, or if there is a possibility of you having an interaction with another human being during the course of your day, like it or not, you are a leader. Parents are leaders. Friends are leaders. Yes, even if you only have one friend, you are a leader. If you drive a vehicle on a state highway, passing by other people as they go about their business for the day, you're a leader. That's right. Don't think that you can live life isolated all alone on your own little island. We are all connected to one another. In the words of the great Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., all persons are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Listen to that. We all share the same destiny. We all inhabit the same world, and we all have the same end. We cannot avoid our relationship with mankind, and I firmly believe that if we want to survive and thrive in this amazing gift called life, we must all participate in leadership. So what does that look like? How should we lead? First and foremost, in order to lead yourselves, you must be able to lead. In order to lead others, you must be able to lead yourself. Personal responsibility. Have you heard that word before? Graduates, for 4 years, we have preached this to you through our Knight's Creed, and for good reason. Until you take responsibility for yourself, until you learn to be accountable for your actions and decisions, until you learn to take care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, you will not be fully equipped to lead others. Lead yourself and set the example. That is the beginning of good leadership. Next, leaders must be people of optimism. They must choose to see things through a positive lens, no matter how dark the circumstances. Leaders must firmly believe that there is a better way and a better tomorrow, and that it can be accomplished. They never settle. Leaders light the way. Leaders never stop growing. Leaders must believe that deep down there is good in everyone, that everyone has potential, and that everyone can make a contribution. Honestly, that last part is not easy. It requires great patience, especially when you're dealing with a person that is unlikable or a situation that appears hopeless. But leaders are able to look beyond, look deeper, and see beauty when no one around can. Trust me, it's there, but you have to make a serious effort to find it. When dealing with people, you have to learn to avoid jumping to conclusions. You have to have an open mind. Leaders take the advice that Atticus Finch, Miss Brunk will love this, that Atticus Finch gave to Scout and To Kill a Mockingbird. Leaders make an effort, quote, to climb into another's skin and walk around in it, to make an attempt to see things from the other person's point of view. This radical optimism and open-mindedness can sometimes make for lonely work. So bear in mind that the soul that sees beauty may sometimes walk alone. Others may not join you at first. But graduates, I believe it is better to walk alone every now and then while maintaining a positive attitude, rather to be surrounded by many and wallow in negativity and cynicism. Your life will be much more fulfilling, and you will be an effective leader. Trust me, you will eventually lift others up if you accentuate the positive and relentlessly seek beauty in every situation and in every human being. Optimism, believing that it can be done, that sets the stage for creativity. You must be creative in order to lead. Leaders cast visions and solve problems. These are skills you need in order to be successful in the real world. You must be able to create a vision for yourself, understanding that your vision is linked to ours. You must be able to think through problems and work with others to find solutions, be it at home within your family, at work, on the job site, or with a stranger with whom you share a common problem, knowing that your problem is ours and vice versa. Being creative is what distinguishes leaders from followers. Finally, leaders have courage. Courage to do what is right, even if it results in the loss of popularity. Courage to be who they were created to be, not some version of someone else that they've seen on television or the movie screen, not some person on display for the public through social media. The worst mistake any leader can make, any person for that matter, is to try to be someone they are not. For one thing, it's impossible to do. And secondly, people don't want to be led by phonies. They will see right through you. They want genuine, honest leadership. So be yourself and give those around you the freedom to be themselves. This will unlock unbelievable potential, and there will be no challenge you can't face with confidence. Graduates, I encourage you to grow into who you are. Grow into leadership and into that special and unique person that you were created to be. It's really somewhat of a paradox when you think about it. Each of us is wonderfully different, and yet we are no different at all with regard to potential, our God-given rights to individual respect and dignity, and to the mighty task that lies before us, the task of living together and taking care of each other. You were born to lead. All of us are. And I am convinced that each of you is endowed with the power, the skill, the courage, and the heart to make a positive difference in the world, beginning with yourself and then branching outward. As you literally lead us out of this auditorium this afternoon, be joyful in what you've accomplished, celebrate it and soak it up, but remember that the work is not finished. It never ends. You must lead on. Class of 2017, I love you. And I'm really glad that you were in my life. I wish you peace. Remember, you will always be knights for the creed. Be strong and courageous, and go Big Blue.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Because some of you may not recognize me, I would like to reassure you that yes, I am a student here at Johnson High School. And no, I am definitely not a giant lizard in disguise as a teenage girl. I like to eat human food and doing human things. I am Rhiannon Franklin, Salutatorian of the class of 2017. But the reason you probably haven't seen me around is because for the past 2 years, I've dual enrolled at UNG. But for the time that I have spent at Johnson High School, I can honestly say this is one of the most outstanding group of faculty, students, and teachers I've ever seen. Whenever kids from other schools said they hated their teachers and their classes, I could never relate. In particular, I would like to recognize my calculus teacher, Ms. Skogsberg. The way she interacts with her students, coworkers, and family all demonstrate an admirable character that I hope one day to live up to. Also, thanks to my parents for having high expectations, teaching me work ethic, and giving me a love for learning. Thanks to my siblings for teaching me how to laugh at myself and for all the good memories. And to my brother, Drew, specifically, I would like to finally apologize for all the times I called you Drewby Booby. But most importantly, I would like to congratulate my fellow graduates, because that's what this ceremony is really about. What we've done is a great accomplishment. We've all worked hard to get here. We've all taken different roads because we know one size does not fit all. Each of us has our own path. I know my own path has changed along the way. I was very inspired as a child, had big dreams. Kids are like that, you know? Always saying they want to be a rock star or an astronaut. I had similar aspirations. My biggest dream as a child was to be a cashier at Walmart, which is what I am. Living proof right here that dreams come true. Well, kind of. I'm a cashier at Ingles, which I mean is close enough to Walmart. I'm living proof that dreams come close enough. I was a really weird kid. For some reason, I just really love scanning and bagging food products. I also like cleaning the toilet and arranging shoes. So if you're concerned parents with a child whose dreams are a little off, there's still hope. I turned out okay-ish. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I wanted to do what I liked and what worked for me. It didn't matter that it wasn't what other people wanted to do. The same path to success doesn't fit everyone. We know that because many of us have taken our own path through high school. Some have gone through band, some took AP or IB classes, while some chose to move on when ready. Some played sports, joined clubs, and others found their calling through work-based learning or other extracurricular activities. And what's happened at Johnson has let us see the myriad possibilities. No one person can do it all, but all can do one thing passionately. Again, thanks to all who supported this year's class of 2017. And remember, be honest, respectful, personally responsible. Use your talent to make a difference, and go Big Blue.
Good afternoon. My name is Jackson Kelly, and I have the privilege as the valedictorian of the class of 2017 to share a few words with my fellow classmates on this very important day. I am honored to be part of a class that has achieved so much in academics, athletics, and extracurricular activities. I would like to talk a little bit today about respect. I was scrolling through Twitter the other day, and I came across a political article. Now, normally I just get on Twitter for the funny videos and the sports news, but for whatever reason, I decided to read the article. And after I read it, I read the replies to it, and I was taken aback at what I saw. People were arguing with each other about their respective political beliefs, which is normal since there's always disagreement in politics. But this was different. There were personal attacks between people who likely didn't even know each other, and these attacks were simply based on the fact that they disagreed about a particular topic. This situation, which many of us have encountered, is representative of our societal interactions in general today. We live in an age of polarization and absolutes, where everybody has a strong opinion and nearly everyone deals in very black and white perceptions of the world around them. Our differences are attacked, not respected. And as the next generation of leaders, we have the responsibility to reverse this troubling trend. One of our founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson, once said, "I never considered a difference of opinion in politics, in religion, in philosophy, as cause for withdrawing from a friend." And that is the spirit that we all must embrace. We must recognize our individuality and then respect it rather than reject it. One thing I love about Johnson High School is that we have students from many different backgrounds, cultures, and beliefs come together to cooperate in learning, in service, and in sport. Our school has developed a culture that prioritizes respect for everyone we encounter. We don't ignore or reject our differences, we welcome them. We should all promote this spirit wherever we go after we leave Johnson High School. Respect for our peers will help us to forge better friendships and have success in the workplace, in college, and beyond. Because if there's one thing that each and every one of us has been taught every single day at JHS through the Knight's Creed, it's that everyone around us deserves our respect, no matter who they are or what they stand for. We also need to respect ourselves. The last point of our great creed is that each of us is blessed with talent and that we should use this talent to make a positive difference. And we all have different talents. We all have strengths and we all have weaknesses. For instance, I might be book smart, but if you've ever seen me try to play basketball, then you know athleticism is not one of the talents that I was blessed with. We all have a purpose to fulfill, and self-respect will aid us in that quest. As Fyodor Dostoevsky said, if you want to be respected by others, the great thing is to respect yourself. Only by that, only by self-respect will you compel others to respect you. Class of 2017, the world needs us to respect ourselves because each of us is unique. We must be confident and ready to make a positive change, and we can do so by respecting. Before I close, I would like to briefly thank several people who've had a tremendous impact in my life and in the lives of my classmates. To our teachers, thank you so much for all that you do. You truly have a difficult job, and you rarely receive the recognition that you deserve. You not only taught us academically, but you helped us understand the work ethic, respect, and dedication it takes to become responsible adults. To Mr. Lewis and the rest of the administration, you have led our school with unbelievable integrity and class, and you have made Johnson High School the best high school in Hall County. To Joseph, Kobe, and Carter, you three are the best friends that a guy could ask for. You're fun, you're loyal, and most importantly, you're great people whose friendship has made me into a better person. To my grandparents, thank you for spoiling me occasionally, but also for imparting your wisdom upon me and helping me to grow in my faith. To Mom and Dad, I don't have the time right now to tell you just how much you mean to me. You push me to be my best, and you've been there every step of the way to support me. Everything that I have accomplished and everything that I will is because of your guidance. I love you both so much, and I thank you. So in conclusion, class of 2017, we must respect ourselves and respect others no matter the circumstances. We have accomplished great things thus far, but we all have an even brighter future ahead, and we will make a positive impact wherever we go. Congratulations, and go Big Blue.
Good job. Me, right? To summarize, class of 2017, lead. Dream. And as a father, as an American, learn to disagree without being disagreeable. What great messages. Good afternoon, Big Blue. You guys are incredible, but I've known you long enough that was about a 6 on a scale of 1 to 10. Good afternoon, Big Blue. That's more like it. Faculty, Board of Education, administration, family members, friends, and community. You don't have the visual perspective that I have right at this moment. But would you agree with me that this 2017 graduating class of Johnson High School is absolutely, positively beautiful? Congratulations. Graduates, I got some bad news for you, I got some good news for you, and I got some more bad news for you. The bad news is that before your diplomas become official, I've got to do something that's called conferring them. And conferring is just kind of a fancy word that says, I tell your Board of Education that you guys, and I've checked off all the data, have done everything that the state of Georgia and the Hall County Board of Education requires before your diplomas are actually official. The good news is that in just a few minutes, I'm going to do that. We're going to take care of that. But the bad news is that in 17 years of being a superintendent of schools, and these poor Board of Education members that have been with me for 12 years, now between 80 and 90 times, I've never missed an opportunity to give you your last lesson in your K through 12 experience before I confer your diplomas. So I would just ask you for your attention for just a few more minutes while you get your last lesson before you officially graduate from high school. First of all, let me suggest that you put yourselves in the right frame of mind. These last several days, maybe the last several weeks have been about you, and they should be about you. But the people that surround you, the people that support you and that have loved you, this is a pretty big deal for them too. And the memories come flooding back. One of your colleagues, one of your graduates from West Hall last night reminded me of something that C.S. Lewis had said. And what C.S. Lewis had said is that as you walk through something day after day, you never see any change. But then when you take a moment to look back, everything seems different. For your parents, for your teachers, for your grandparents, for the individuals in your churches and in the organizations that you're part of, this is a big deal for them too. One of your Board of Education members behind me, Mr. Brian Sloan, lives in the Johnson district, and he just shook his head when we sat down. He said, man, how time flies. He said, Will, do you realize I was part of the first freshman class at Johnson High School in 1973, 1974? He said, and it went like that. One of your mothers, and I'm not going to embarrass her, but I was out here earlier when everybody was coming in, and one of your moms walked by that I know. I said, how you doing today? She said, terrible. I said, terrible? It's a great day. She said, I'm sad. She said, my baby's graduating today. I said, you can't just leave me with sad. You got to give me one more word. She said, well, I'm glad too. I want them, but it's a tough day. And so I would ask you to be aware that this time, this ceremony, it's about you, but it's a big deal for the folks who've poured into you and who care a great deal about you. You know, in the earliest graduations as a superintendent, I always like to say, I'm going to give you just a little bit of final advice before you leave school. But you know, the older I get, the more I realize that there's an awful lot of advice that we all get in life that really isn't very useful. And as a matter of fact, when you're given advice that you haven't sought, it has no value. Because we're really not all that interested in someone else's advice unless we've sought it. So over the past few years, I've shifted away from trying to give advice at graduations, and instead, I've tried to talk about truth. Truth. Truth are those things that never change. Truth are those ideals that in 2017 are no different than they were 1,000 years ago, and no different than they'll be 100 years from now. So graduates, as I give you your last lesson before I confer your diplomas and you celebrate this incredible day, I want to challenge you to make 3 choices. The first is a choice about truth. You know, it was about 2,000 years ago that an individual named Pilate asked the famous question. He said, "What is truth?" I was disappointed to recently read that the average American, let this sink in, the average American lies between 100 and 200 times a day. A day. And if you're like me when I read that, you're thinking the same thing I was. Well, I'm sure not the average American. I mean, that's these guys. But I sure don't lie 100 or 200 times a day. And then I went on to read the study. And it reminded me that there are all kinds of ways that we can lie. We can lie with our words. We can lie with our lack of words. We can lie with our gestures. We can lie by living our lives in such a way that is incredibly inconsistent from who we've led others to believe that we are. And let me suggest to you, graduating class of 2017, because I know this is your desire, regardless of whether you're a pediatrician or a secretary or a nurse or a doctor or a teacher or a race car driver, you want to be able to lay your head on your pillow at night and get a sound night's sleep, knowing that your words and your actions and your lack of words and your gestures have been true. Because it will be after that sound night of sleep that you'll get up the next morning with a twinkle in your eye and with a snap in your step, and you'll be ready to meet the next day. Truth. I want to challenge you to choose truth over falsehood. The second choice that I would challenge you to make, graduating seniors, as you leave us here today, is to choose your own path. Gosh, I've been doing this for 30 years now. And before I did this for 30 years, I was, kind of like you guys. And I don't suspect this is any of your experience, but I remember growing up and seeing a lot of very well-intentioned adults telling young people, you need to be a this when you grow up. And you need to do that when you grow up. And this kid's going to be a teacher. I can see that already. And this kid's going to be a mechanic. And this kid's going to be, fill in the blank. May I suggest to you that wise people seek counsel. And they certainly ask older and wiser people questions like, what do you see in my character? What do you see in me that I might want to pursue as I get older? but graduating class of 2017, let me challenge you to choose your own path. It is your path. One of the greatest lies that we've told you since you were little kids is this: great minds think alike. Nothing could be further from the truth. The leaders that Mr. Lewis talked about, the individuals who've made changes for their family or for their company or for their church or for their organization, they've been individuals who've been willing to think a little bit differently and to turn and to go the opposite direction of the herd. Let me also suggest to you, as you choose your own path, that one of the things that is subconsciously going to drive you on your path is going to be your definition of success. If I handed out 275 index cards this afternoon and said, write me a brief definition of success, you would not be surprised that I'm going to get back 275 different answers. And it might be the first time you've ever been asked to write down on a piece of paper, what do you think is success? Can I challenge you to spend a little time in a quiet space and decide at the pit of your heart, at the pit of your soul, what you define success to be? And what you define success to be? Because whether you believe it or not, what you think the qualities of success are what's going to drive you as you make friends, and as you accept jobs, and as you take on spouses, and as you go on and take more courses and more education. So let me suggest that you should think very carefully and intentionally about what it is that you believe that defines success. You know, everybody's got their own definition of success. There is no perfect definition of success. But gosh, I've always liked Ralph Waldo Emerson's definition of success. And Emerson said this. He said, success. Success is to laugh often and much. It's to win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children. It's to earn the appreciation of your honest critics, and it's to endure the betrayal of your false friends. It's to appreciate beauty. It's to see the best in others. And it's to leave the world a better place. Whether it's with a healthy child, or a garden patch, or by redeeming some social condition. But graduates, Emerson went on to say this: success is to know that at the end of every day, at least one human being has breathed easier because you have lived. That, said Emerson, is success. So I challenge you to choose truth over falsehood. I challenge you to be very intentional about what you think success is going to look like in this life, and then to choose your own path. And finally, class of 2017, may I challenge you to choose love. I don't mean the love that comes easy. Loving people that love you first, that's easy. Somebody does something nice for me, somebody cares for me, somebody goes out of their way for me. Those are easy people to love. The love that I challenge you to choose is the same love that I've challenged my own 3 children every time I've let them out of the car at school for the last 16 years. 2 of them are grown and gone. One of them still has to hear it, and every time I say it to her, she rolls her eyes and says, I know, Dad, I know. But as I let her out at school, I say, sweetheart, if you have an opportunity today, love somebody who's unlovable. Love one of the least of these, our brethren. Love one of these who absolutely, positively doesn't deserve it. Can I suggest to you that the depth and the strength of a nation, or the depth and the strength of an organization, or the depth and the strength of a family, or the depth and the strength of an individual will be found in your willingness to stand up for those who cannot stand up for themselves. Love the unlovable. Your valedictorian tonight, my goodness, how I appreciated the fact that he has recognized that we've just become angry. It seems like we're mad about everything. I don't have television at my house, but every time I turn on a television, it's amazing to me what folks are fighting about. We have forgotten how to disagree without being disagreeable. And while I want you to love the unlovable and choose your own path, and while I want you to choose truth, let me also and finally challenge you that graduates, there will be times in your life, and you'll never know exactly when they're coming, when you will have an opportunity to run with the herd in some situation that you know isn't quite right, or you will have the opportunity to remember what those who've loved you have taught you, to remember the Knight's Creed, and to stand against the winds of public opinion, and to stand up and to do those things that you know at the pit of your soul are good and pure and noble and praiseworthy and right. Congratulations, class of 2017. Before I confer your diplomas, can I echo Mr. Lewis's words in thanking this incredible family here at Free Chapel for again opening their doors and giving us access to this beautiful activity center for our graduations. Would you join me in thanking them again? Mr. Chairman, Board of Education, in accordance with the regulations and the policies of the Hall County Board of Education and the state of Georgia, and on behalf of this Hall County Board of Education and myself, I hereby declare that these members of the class of 2017 have met all requirements and they are therefore eligible to be designated as graduates of the best high school in America, Johnson High School.
Jackson Patrick Kelly with highest honor. Rhiannon Lee Franklin with honor. Twan Reed Doherty with honor. Alejandra Galilea Delgado with honor. Adriana Espino with honor. Lindsay Cao Wen with honor. Grecia Heather Abrego. Lauren Rebecca Adams with honor. Armando Aguilar. Elias Aguilar. Edgardo Francisco Aldaco. Luis Ángel Alemán. Annie Araceli Alquicira. Emmanuel Aaron Alvarado. Josiah Alvarado. Alejandro Daniel Alvarado Lara. Juan Álvarez Fuerte. Hilda Yesenia Alvarez Gonzalez. Jessica Aquino. Jason Armand Argueta. Chelsea Abigail Argueta Luna. Giselle Arroyo Soto. Viviana Arteaga. Emily Avitia. Allison Michelle Baires. Casey Nathaniel Baker. Kino Francis Barachina. Brittany Ann Barker. Chandler Jefferson Barkley with honor. Juan Pablo Bautista. Eduardo Becerra. Dylan Alexander Berry. Evelyn Michelle Blackwell. Cameron Kelly Bridwell. Cody James Brown with honor. Hannah Marie Brumbelow. Jacob Carlton Buffington. Jesse Lee Bowie with honor. Cindy Burciaga with honor. Emery Rose Burkhead with honor. Andrew John Burns. Manuel Ernest Caballero. Jesslyn Maxwell Kaler. Christian Campa. Sarah Elizabeth Campbell. Jerry Nanlok Cow. Fatima Cardenas. Edith Carrillo. Ryan Mackenzie Carter with honor. Valentina Casas Vela. Daniel Castaneda. Tyler Scott Castle. Brenda Felisa Caudillo Guerrero. David Moises Casares Dorantes with honor. Alondra Chagoya. Joseph Fernando Chicas with honor. Haley Annette Cobb. Laura Catherine Combs. Lydia Elizabeth Connolly with honor. Nino Contreras. Isaiah Shaddai Del Campbell. Edwin Jen Denmark. Iván Alejandro Díaz. Tuan Huang Din. Joshua Thomas Elkins. Caitlin May Elliott. Tristan Kyler Elliott. Susan Travis Ellis. Ethan Lamar Emmett. Lainey Diane England. Christelle Stephanie Aaron Ernesti. Anna Crystal Espinosa. Jennifer Lucia Estrada Canela. Hannah Grace Evans. Timothy Wayne Farley Jr. with honor. Brayson James Farmer. John David Fields. Rebecca Flores. Roberto Antonio Florian Lopez. Jesus Daniel Franco. Justin Thomas Fryer. Bailey Kate Gaddis. Adrián Galvan Ayala. Alondra Galvan Paez. Lisette Garcia. Kevin Alejandro Garcia Barrera. Esmeralda Garcia Rodriguez. Eric Guillermo Garduno Tobar. Kanisha Marie Garrett. Katricia Ann Gill. Stephanie Coral Gomez. Bibiana Janet Gomez Ramirez. Luis Daniel Gonzalez. Maya Inés Gonzalez. Peyton Samuel Grizzle with honor. Leslie Isabel Guardado. Daisy Guerrero. Stephanie Guerrero. Guadalupe Guzman. Samuel Guzman. Zachary Carter Hammett. Christopher Robert Walcott Hand with honor. Garrett Nathaniel Hansen. Caitlin Hope Hartson. Logan Robert Glenn Haney. Chandler Paige Hemi. Gerardo Hernandez. Isaac Arnoldo Hernandez. Hannah Elizabeth Hester with honor. Lauren Mackenzie Hicks. Rebecca Noel Hilliard with honor. Tam Min Huang with honor. Andrew Jared Hoffman. Haley May Hull. Mallory Brooke James. Edwin Jaramillo. Andrea Maria Jimenez. Miguel Felipe Jimenez. Marcus Shaquell Jones. Grant Glenworth Key with honor. Justin Mark Kenzie. Brittany Rochelle Knight. Samantha Nicole Lamb. Caitlin Michaela Lee with honor. Khadija Ayana Lewis. Hoshi Jennifer Yanas. Cody Andrew Long. Brenda Jasmine Lopez. Christopher Efren Lopez. Francisco Lopez. Ivan Lopez. Jose Nehemias Lopez. Mario Alberto Lopez. Marissa Diane Lopez. Alex Antonio Lopez Galvan. Alexis Octavio Lopez Galvan. Jesus Lopez Hernandez. Larissa Magana with honor. Juliet K. Mallory. Cristian Manso. Rodolfo Marceleño Jr. Ernesto Alejandro Mares Jr. Casey Leanne Martin. Noah Daniel Martin with honor. Victoria Anne Marie Martin. Diego Alberto Martinez. Joshua Zachary Martinez. Miriam Alexia Martinez. Pedro Terron Martinez. Lindsay Ray McCarthy. Cameron Matthew McCarthy with honor. Colin Luke McClure. Avery Allie McCollum. Patrick Christopher McKenney. Ana Maria Medina. Guillermo Melendez. Rudy Adiel Mendez. Elizabeth Giselle Mendoza. Ariadna Mendoza Beltran. Valente Alder Miguel Rueda. Hunter Stone Miller. Jacob Sean Miller with honor. Leslie Gabriela Montes Chavez. Joshua Miguel Mora Pineda. Jose Daniel Morales Mendoza with honor. Johanna Jasmine Morales Zapata. Brian Israel Moreno Piedra. Crystal Moreno Rodriguez. Cassidy Diane Morgan. Montserrat Guadalupe Mosqueda. Christopher Kobe Mumpower. Ramon Munoz Jr. Adrian Navarro. Jose Luis Navarro. Gia Ni. Emily Elizabeth Nix. Avery Dylan Nolan. Jennifer Thais Nunez with honor. Kayla Priscilla Olson. Carlos Francisco Orellana. Kimberly Orellana Martinez. Leslie Orozco Espinosa. Dari Ana Orozco Correa. Eric Ortiz. Brian Palacio. Itzi Palomino. Zachary Kyle Paris. Brantley Kyle Patterson. Brian Alejandro Perez. Gabriela Perez with honor. Griselda Perez. Pedro Antonio Perez Antonino. Mackenzie Alexandria Peterson. Hugh Tai Fan. Daisy Alondra Pompa Camacho with honor. Odalis Soledad Ponce. Joshua Stephen Poston. Wilson Gage Quinton with honor. Savannah Emma Lee Ramey. Jonathan Ramirez. Arlette Ramirez Martinez. Antonia Ramirez with honor. Rogelio Ulises Ramirez Martinez. Jessie Guadalupe Ramos. Lauren Nicole Ramos. Hannah Marie Ray. Luis Alberto Razo. Sergio Alfonso Reyes. Yesenia Reyes Orozco. Erika Yasmin Reina Llamas. Slayton Verse Ryder. Austin Lee Ridley. Cecilia Isabel Rios. Denise Rios. Jose Ángel Rivas. Oscar Rivera. Betsaida Rivera Navarro. Jessica Elizabeth Roberts. Michael Robles. Rebecca Rodriguez. Elizabeth Rodriguez Garcia. Melissa Carolina Rodriguez Vasquez. Francisco Rodriguez Galvan. Nathan Carlisle Rogers. Luis Miguel Rojas. Cristina Romero. Brian Isaac Rondan. Yahaira Rondan. Jennifer Rosales. Lisbeth Rosales Chavez. Cynthia Rosas. Kimberly Ruiz. Fernando Ruiz Castro. Francisco Javier Salazar Martinez. Madison Elizabeth San Nicolas with honor. Catherine Melissa Sanchez Rubio. Michael Santibáñez. Alma Elena Santos. Guadalupe Santos. Luis David Santos. Cesar Segovia. Jonathan Serrano. Natalie Ann Smith. Hugo Jr. Soto. Bashan Alik Spencer. Zion Hannah Stevens. Madison Hope Stewart with honor. Trenton Paul Stewart. Britavia Kayla Taylor. Kelsey Elizabeth Terrell Smith. Ashley Torres. Astrid Rocio Torres Ruiz with honor. Samantha Marie Tovar. Giselle Trejo Trujillo. Christian Trujillo. Elizabeth Trujillo. Jasmine Michelle Lynn Tumlin. Erica Yamili Garcia. Jose Valdez. Fabian Valeriano del Rio. Harrison Misael Vanegas. Alejandro Vargas. Jesse Vargas. Kenny Vargas. Michael Vargas. Jacqueline Vasquez. Marlene Vasquez Ortiz. Ulises Jose Velázquez. Leslie Villarreal. Lexi Nicole Walker. Levi Dwayne Watson. Erin Leanne Weddle. Caroline Brooke Wells with honor. Claire Catherine Williams. Jariah Sanjay Williams. Caitlin Ansley Wilson. Dwayne Andrew Wilson. Nicole Alice Wusinski. Hercules Yang. Julian Daniel Yepes. Sitlali Samaripa with honor.
Good afternoon, family, friends, and my mom. Allow me to introduce myself as Reed Doherty, the president of Johnson's graduating class of 2017. I'm an outsider. I transferred to Johnson during my sophomore year of high school, and sadly for all the Johnson teachers, I am still here to this very day. See, the thing about transferring schools midway through high school is that you get different experiences of high school life. I've experienced the Gainesville side and the Johnson side. Some think that if Gainesville and Johnson were characters in an 80s high school movie, Gainesville would be the star quarterback and Johnson would be the nerdy kid that gets stuffed into lockers. In the life of Hall County schools, Johnson sometimes has been known as the underdog, the school that everyone underestimates. What they don't know is that Johnson, Mr. Schofield, is the best kept secret in Hall County. From the teachers to our families in the crowd, each and everyone expects greatness from JHS. They see the artists, the scientists, the star athletes, the future doctors within each of us and will work at all costs to help us achieve those goals. A pilot once said that planes were more dangerous on the ground than they were in the air. You see, on the ground, planes are more likely to rust, malfunction, and wear, much faster than it ever would in the air. That it rhymed caught my ear, but its truth caught my experience. I realized what he was saying was very true. You see, planes are meant to fly. The class of 2017 and every Johnson High School class are like those planes. The Johnson teachers know that. They see us, each and every student in the graduating class of 2017, as planes meant to fly. They see us not for who we are right now, but who we can be one day, and will stop at nothing to ensure we get there. And even if you're like me and think you're simply an engine in the shop or a single wing in the factory, the teachers will ensure that one day we become the planes we're capable of. So let's raise our imaginary glasses and give a toast to the teachers, the one that never gives up on us, the ones that keep us after class just to finish one assignment, the ones that give us coffee in the morning to make sure we wake up, the ones that show us intellectual videos like Techno Viking, the ones that yell at us, get on our nerves, push our buttons, but somehow always encourage us to go beyond what we think we can do and accomplish. And a special toast to Ann Brunk, one of the greatest teachers to ever walk the Johnson hallways. Today, she graduates with us. Earlier, I mentioned that I was an outsider, but at Johnson, no one stays an outsider for long. I was embraced by students and teachers alike, and I think they like me because the class of 17 elected me their president. As Jackson Kelly said in his speech, JHS is a community that embraces students of different backgrounds, cultures, and beliefs, and I have experienced firsthand how true his statement is. Everyone here has taken me in as if I was family. From allowing me to cheer with y'all at football games, to listening to some of the best rappers in Hall County go at each other, from stomping the juniors, sophomores, and freshmen at prep rallies as we, the class of 2017, raise the spirit sword victoriously. The class of 2017 are some of the brightest, creative, and most genuine people I've ever met in my life, and for that, I am deeply thankful. But my biggest thank goes to the Johnson teachers. On behalf of the entire class of 2017, thank you for making us into the planes we are today and will one day become, and for teaching us that even if some might want to stuff us into lockers, one day we're going to fly. And now it's time to turn our tassels, class of 2017. Congratulations, we made it.
Good afternoon. I'm here to remind you all that we're all young and incredibly ambitious, and our opportunities are endless if you simply look up. Despite of this, never let your ambitions take over you. For Drake once even said it, that time after time, money was all he got, and money was the only thing that was on his mind. And no matter what he did, he would never be satisfied. Remember to collect memories and not things. And as you go through life, do not be afraid to encounter the opposite of your beliefs. For if the opposite did not exist, there would be no reason for you to believe in anything. I wish all of you the best of things in life, and each and every one of you should believe that you can do it. Ahora, hagan el favor de, por respeto a la clase mayor, mantenerse en sus asientos hasta que todos los graduados, los profesores y los dignatarios hayan salido del auditorio. And now, please remain standing at your seats until all the graduates, faculty, and dignitaries have exited the auditorium. Bless up.